Studying for a national, I'd have been better off going to Derby. Backing an outsider, that's what my dad did all the time. And eventually he gave up because all the prices were on all the bookies' stands. They were all the same because they were all controlled wirelessly from the tote. And so they all had the same odds. He said it just made it boring. Because he used to hunt around, half the fun for him was virtually running around the bookies looking for one with the best outsider price. Because he said, instead you back the favourite, you put a fiver on and you get 15 quid back. He said it's a waste of time. I mean, he said if he had, say, 2 good winners at each meeting, he paid all his expenses. And he used to get a go racing in Yorkshire Pass. What was it? Was it 195 quid a year or something like that, 250? 15 quid to get in at some race courses every time. And if he went 7 days a week, which he did in the end after my mother died, well, he did event towards the end, and we didn't begrudge him. I mean, it was his hobby and he made money at it. And that was the thing, if you work out how many times you'd have to go before the pass had paid for itself, it was a bargain. And he was making money out of it because, if you have said, well, his best one, it was a 66-1 winner. He said, I can't put a fiver on that. It's never going to win, so he put 2 quid on. What was it? We would get back 134, was it, for 2 quid? Not bad. If you put a fiver on, it would have been, would it be 335? It would be, he would know. But that's the thing, if you had 2 of them at one race, you minted it. I mean, there's often I'd go with him, and he'd have a good winner, and he'd give me 40 quid. He said, here. I said, are you sure? Yeah, I can afford to give you that. And, come on with. And he'd had a good winner, he'd give us 50 quid. Here, have that. He did, he would only put a fiver on a race, and then he didn't, because he said he had mates, and they'd put 300 or 400 on, and he wouldn't see him for 6 months if it lost. He was old and wise, and he knew what to do. But he's saying a lot of people lose a lot of money at the races. He says, you see him going and putting two grand on the book. He says, thank you very much, Shane, and it doesn't win. But, well, his cousin, she used to do this thing called the place pot. You put £1 on, and you had to pick, was it the first, you had to have, is it the first 5 races or something? Yeah, they'd have to have first or second in each race, or if there's a lot of runners, third. And she just used to follow the tipster in the newspaper, just choose the ones he chose. And she'd quite often get a tenner or whatever for a quid. But one day, what was it, about, was it £1,900 she got for £1? Because what was it without the favourite or the favourite fell? Or it was just an unusual event, unusual place pot for some reason. Because usually, obviously, if a load of people do that, depending on how many people bet and which ones win and which ones come from first and seconds and which ones don't, sometimes you get a lot, sometimes it doesn't pay. But she got, was it 1,900 quid one day? Pretty good going. But the thing is, she'll have put that on over the years and she just got it back. It's like the same. And if you win on the lottery, you'll either put it back on or you put it on in the first place. But what was it Dad had? Was it on the lottery? What did he get? Was it 1,500 quid or was it more? He had a good one. Or was it 5 numbers? Is it 5 or 6 numbers you have to have? You had one number than the maximum. One less number than the maximum. He got quite a good payout. But his cousin had awful trouble getting it because the post office wouldn't pay him. They said, I have to go to that post office. So she went there. You have to go to that post office. In the end, she had to go to a flipping post office in the middle of the North Yorkshire Moors to get the money. They said, oh, yeah, we can pay that out. You might have to come back for the money because you'll have to, if you want it in cash. So I think that's what she did. But yeah, he had a good winner he always put money on the lottery. But once he got that, he said, that's it. Me looks. That's me look. I'm not putting any more on. But he did that every week. I wouldn't do it. To me, if I spend money, I want something for it. But if you're gambling, you usually get out anyway. Because if you have a big winner, you've usually put it on or you will. But I won't gamble. No, that's a mug's game. I used to drink heavily, but not because I'm alcoholic. I was just a bit miserable, and so I drank heavy. And in the end, I thought that's a mug's game. Because the last time I had a lot to drink, I went to bed, was it the Saturday night, and go out of bed the next Thursday morning. I thought, no, I'm not doing that again. You feel rotten for ages. I was in my late 30s, I think I was. And you get, particularly me, because my mother weakened rapidly as she got older. And I got to the point where I just couldn't take the alcohol anymore, so I just stopped doing it.